student, you're most welcome. So today we are going to cover this Java tutorial series, and in this series our first topic is array in Java. Array is very important when we are talking about especially Java programming. So here we will see how we can declare an array, we can initialize an array, and how we can use in our program. So first of all, we will try to know what is an array. Actually, it is a group of variable of similar data type where we can store multiple values of similar data type in our program. So for that we use an array. So without wasting further time, I will take you to my computer screen and then I will try to explain you from there. So let's go. Here I'm opening this BlueJ. It's a Java's IDE to develop Java programs. So let's say I'm creating a new class here, okay, and I'm giving the name, let's say array test. It's a class and name we have used is array test. Now we start the coding. So whatever is there we will first delete it. Okay, we'll start from the very beginning. So imagine I have a class, like I have already named it, okay, array test. Now you know that a class always begin with curly bracket open and then ends with curly bracket close. Now I have this main method, okay. Now after creating this main method, imagine I'm going to declare a variable, let's say which will store the marks, okay, marks. So what this variable will do, it will store marks, but it can store only marks of a particular subject, one subject at a time. Let's say now I'm assigning some value to it, let's say marks out of 100, let's say 88. Fine. Now if I want to store the marks of multiple subjects, let's say we have another variable called marks and then another variable marks 1, okay, and then again I'm storing marks of other subject, let's say goes to the variable marks 1, let's say with 74. Fine. Now if we have multiple subject like this, so we have to create multiple number of variables. We have to declare those variables and then we have to assign the value to each and every variable. This is not an easy task. Let's say if we have multiple variables, so rather than declaring and then assigning value to each and every variable, it's better we can use an array. With the help of an array, we can store multiple values, but remember those values should be of similar data type, so that can easily be done using an array. So what we are going to do, we are now going to delete all this. Rather than declaring multiple variable with the different name, we will make a common variable with a generalized name called marks, which ends with square bracket open and close and then semicolon. So this is called simply a declaration of an array with the name marks of integer type. Fine, but it is simply a declaration. When we actually want to create, the next step would be marks equals to new, then int data type with the size, let's say 6 subject. So here what we have done, in the first line we have declared an array with the name marks of integer type, and in the second line we have actually created it, allocated space in the computer memory with the keyword new, and size also has been defined as 6. It means it can store 6 different values of integer type. But rather than this, there's other way where we can declare multiple variable of similar data type, that is an array, in a single line. So if we will try to join, let's say we are declaring another variable of array type. This time I have a string variable. Let's say string is the data type, then the name of the variable, let's say name, and it is an array type. So we have to use square bracket open and close, and then equal sign, and then new is the keyword to allocate space for that, what you call, array of string type in this case, and then we will write the statement again as string. Okay, so have a look at this. String is the data type, name is the name of that array type variable which is of string type, new is the keyword, and again the name of the data type with square bracket open and close, and then let's say the size. This time let's say we have declared the size as 5, so it can store 5 different name. It can store 5 different name of string type, whereas it can store 5 different marks, sorry, the 6 different marks of integer type. So this is actually, I have broken this statement into 2 over here. So you can do either this way or that way. It is your choice. First you declare, then you actually create, or you declare and create at the same time. So both are the same. Now how to store values in it? How to store values in it? Let's take an example of the first one only here. Let's say my array name was marks, so I'm storing the, what you call, values in it. So value goes to each and every element, and this is called their index number. So always remember the size of this array is 6, but its index number always begin with 0. So upper bound is 6, but lower bound is always start with 0 in an array. That you have to please remember. So first value goes to the 0 index. So let's say marks 0, and the 0th index is, let's say, equal, and I'm assigning, let's say, value, let's say 10. Okay, now in the second variable, which is actually index number 1, let's say it is 20. Now let's say in the third variable, that is second index, let's say 30, and then fourth, it is index is 3, and then 40, and fourth index, it is, let's say, 50, and in the sixth index it is, let's say, 60. So in all, how many variables we have? In all we have 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. Sorry, this has to be 5. See, 1 2 3 4 5 6. So what was the size of an array? It was 6. So actually I have stored 6 values in 6 different arrays, but index number always begin with 0. So it index would be 0 1 2 3 4 and 5. There will be no sixth index. Please remember, 6 is the size of an array, but when we talk about the index number, it always begin with 0. So it will be from 0 to 5, and in all there are 6. Now after this, let's say we are going to print its value. So for printing we have the statement system.out.println. You are well aware of this. Okay, and then let's say printing the fourth index. Let's say fourth index, the value of actually fourth index with the semicolon. Okay, so have a look at this. System.out.println, within bracket I have written the array name with the index number, that is 4, and then finally I'm closing this main method and then closing class also. So let's check this program whether it works or not. So we will try to compile and when we'll compile, see it is showing an error because identifier expected here. So as you all know, string args that I missed out anyway. So let's compile again after making changes. Now it shows that it has been compiled successfully with no error. Now what we will do, we will try to run it and see what actually it shows. So to run, here I am running this program and see what result it is going to show me. It is going to show me 50. It is going to show me, as you can see, the result 50. Now let's go back and see the program. What is the value stored by marks variable with index 4? That was 50. So what I'm going to print here, just printing an array with index number 4 which is holding value of 50. So this is my result. So that is quite simple. This was just the beginning. In the next series, in the coming videos, I will be explaining you more about this. So I hope that you like this video, and here I'm ending this. Thank you.